What just happened in the Nintendo community? If you missed it, Nintendo announced that Animal Crossing New Horizons is getting an update in the year of our Lord 2026. Hello and welcome to my new video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lex, and if you didn't already know, I'm something of an Animal Crossing fanatic. I actually co-authored the official guidebook, the one that Nintendo released. I co-authored this bad boy. I have the Crocs. I'm something of an Animal Crossing freak. So I think I can say pretty fairly that none of us saw this coming. But I took notes. Let's talk about everything that's in this update. Fittingly, I'm actually working on a normcore island in Animal Crossing that was meant to be nostalgic, you know, circa 2020 Animal Crossing, but with the 2.0 items, of course. So let's go through everything they mentioned. First of all, I think that the 2.0, like the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of the game, is less exciting than everything else that we have going on. But in the Switch 2 edition, they are giving us better graphics, Joy-Con mouse controls, which is interesting because you can use them for decorating as well as for like the bulletin board and custom design. So I'm eager to see if that will actually be helpful for people who do custom designs and stuff, or if it'll be a little bit finicky. I don't see myself using the mouse controls, but I think it's a cool update to include for the game. I think we can all agree that the biggest element of the Switch 2 update is the fact that you can have a megaphone now, which you can use with the microphone in the Switch to call to your villagers. That's huge. That's big for us. I don't know if you've tried to gift a villager lately, but they're all hiding all the time. So that is actually great. I do think that's a much needed quality of life update for the game. And lastly, what they announced for the Switch 2 specifically, well, there are other things, but lastly that I think is important, you can have 12 players on your island instead of 8. The only caveat there is that everyone on the island has to have a Switch 2. So in order to have 12 players, you have to have 12 Switch 2 players. You can also use game chat, and now the in-game or the camera that you can buy separately for the Switch 2 will allow your face to show over your character, which is interesting. I don't feel like that's something that's super necessary for most players, but a cute thing to do, perhaps. Now getting into the real meat of this video, the free 3.0 update that's coming for everyone. That's huge. That's big news, and there is so much included that I want to make sure we go over all of it because what the heck, Nintendo? How could you drop this on a random Thursday after 5 years almost? Well, 4 years. I'll give them, it's 4 years. 4 years of silence. Our update 2.0, that was in November of 2021, and I think you'll all remember that they called it the last update, the last content update for the game. So that was a lie. Now here we are 4 years later, almost exactly. It's October of 2025, and suddenly we find out that we're getting another update in January. January seems a million years away, but there's only 3 months. Anyway, let's talk about the new features, starting with the new hotel on the pier. So Captain's been moved a little bit, and now there is a whole hotel complex on the pier in the island. And that hotel it kind of feels like Happy Home Paradise, but just for your island, because you can decorate the rooms. They give you themes though. So there are themed items you can use. The rooms you can in fact have off-islanders come and stay at your hotel, which is cute. I'm more interested in the hotel itself, the amenities it offers. So for example, Granny, this is run by Captain's family, by the way. Granny will be running a shop, a souvenir shop that you can buy things from with the hotel tickets you earn by decorating rooms and doing other things. And these items seem so interesting. So there's, first of all, just the hotel items, which are, you know, whatever. But there's also going to be new items to the game that are exclusive to this hotel shop, apparently. And I think these items sound super cute. Like, what do you mean cat plushie? I paused while they were scrolling through the souvenir shop items just so I could see what all is coming, and I want to see every single item in detail right now. So in addition to the hotel tickets and everything, there are also mannequins in the hotel that you can dress, and people who, or villagers, I guess, who use the rooms that you've designed can change into those outfits. So you can make them fit the theme of whatever the build is. But also visitors to your island, so other human players, can wear these outfits. So if you like want to have a bunch of people over and you want them to wear a specific outfit, you can decorate these 2 mannequins, and now everyone can change into the outfits and it'll be super cute. I think that's great. I think that's such a good move. You can also get the hotel tickets by apparently crafting items, and I think something that might be overlooked about this part is that they showcase you crafting the items. You can use a multi-craft ability now. You can choose how many of an item to make when you're crafting. That's huge. We've been asking for bulk crafting because when you want to make 30 garden rocks and you have to do one at a time, that's tedious. That's going to be so helpful, especially for stuff like bait, where you could reasonably want to make like 100 of them. Now you can multi-craft. It's huge. That's huge for us. Obviously, we don't know the limitations on multi-crafting yet because it's just a small clip in a small video announcing the update. But that, even if it's only like 10, that's so much of a quality of life improvement. I'm impressed that Nintendo incorporated it. So they also announced that we can upgrade our storage now from the maximum previously of 5K to 9K. More excitingly, we can now store plants in our storage. I think that's huge. The plant life, I am so tired of having trees in my pockets and having to just like put them somewhere on my island because I want to go to a treasure island, you know? I mean, sue me. So we can now store like bushes, trees, and flowers in our storage. That's huge. So the 9K actually makes sense. At first I was like, does anyone really need 9,000 spaces? If you can store plants, yes, you do need 9,000 spaces because I need every color of flower now. Even more exciting, in my opinion, is the new Resetti cleanup service. And if you look at the settings for him, so Resetti will clean up an area for you. The options there are to pick your own area, which I think is cool. You know, you can choose a small area for him to clean up, and if you made a build and you're kind of regretting the way you designed it, that's great. That's perfect. It's a quick way to redo a build. However, there's also the beaches where he can go clean up the beaches for you. I don't know if it's like, I guess the whole beach area on your island, and then also the entire island. And he can pick up plants and stuff. He can either leave them, throw them away, or apparently he can store those too. So what the heck? So do you mean I can just like now we can do resetting our entire island in a second? You can just call Resetti and boom, it's done. That's crazy. That's another really big quality of life update in my opinion that I think they did a good job on incorporating. I am excited to see how it works exactly, but I think the custom options you have so far, like the ability to leave plants alone even if you pick up all the items, stuff like that is really good and really well thought out. So like I said, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm eager to see how it actually plays, but that seems like a really helpful update to me. Next, and another really exciting element of this update, Luna's Dream World. So now we can visit not just dream addresses, but our own little dream islands. And you can have up to 3 of them, by the way. And these are islands that are apparently, it's kind of like HHP, Happy Home Paradise, the DLC, except you get to design the whole island. You can choose the size of the island. You can choose small, medium, or large. And you can decorate it however you want. And it's like the easy, just pulling, it's like a creative mode for Animal Crossing, which I've been saying we needed. It's beautiful. That's such a cool thing to include. Even cooler, apparently you can have friends over. Other players can come and decorate and terraform with you. So if you want to do a really big build, you can bully your friends into coming over and helping you, you know, flatten or build a really big waterfall. Oh my god, the implications of that, the possibilities that come with Nintendo allowing other players to come to this like dream island with you and actually decorate with you, that's huge. Imagine the collaboration opportunities between like even Animal Crossing YouTubers. Like we can make actual builds together and it's not going to be like, oh, we're going to build the same thing but see how we do it. We'll actively be able to build together, terraform and everything on these dream islands. And the fact that you can have 3 is also so neat. Now that is going to severely cut down on the number of times people feel like they need to reset. You can just reset the little summer island and keep your island, and you can still try all kinds of new themes and stuff. Or not, I keep saying summer. The Slumber Island is what it's called. I think that Nintendo really cooked with that one. Like I'm not one to glaze, but man, is that a good idea. I wouldn't have even conceptualized you know what I mean. I wouldn't have even conceptualized having 3 different Slumber Islands where you can choose the size and you can also work with people who come to your island. That's more than I ever expected them to do, so that's crazy. A 3.0 update for Animal Crossing after 4 years of silence. Like I literally woke up, saw the news, and started shaking because what? Lastly, in this video, they announced that there were going to be some new collaborations, which I think is cool. So first of all, by working in the hotel and earning tickets and making rooms, you can actually gain access to some retro Nintendo systems, which apparently if you have a certain membership, you can actually play a game on each of those systems. That's so neat. What a weird way to incorporate retro Nintendo and Animal Crossing, but I'm kind of digging it. I think that's really cool. That is through the hotel. You can also now get Lego. items in the game, and apparently they are customizable. They have different colors and stuff. The Lego items look super cute from what I can see. I don't know how like necessary they'll be in my build, but I'd love to see someone make a whole Lego island out of the limited items it seems like we'll have. That'll be neat. That is something that you can get through Nook Shopping once the update comes out. Then we have an amiibo collaboration with Zelda, Legend of Zelda. So there are going to be 2 new villagers actually, Tulin and Mineru. I think they're really cute. The items that you can get from the collab are really cool to me. I know a lot of people have made Zelda-themed islands. I've visited plenty of them in my time as an Animal Crossing content creator, and I'm excited to see how people will start incorporating actual Legend of Zelda items into their builds, because now we're going to have some of them. You can see very limited previews in the video, but I'm already really hype about this. I think this is going to be a really neat collaboration. I also enjoyed Legend of Zelda. I especially love Breath of the Wild. I think this is more of a Tears of the Kingdom vibe, but this is huge for us. The last collaboration they announced was actually Splatoon, so there are going to be 2 new characters from that as well. There's Cece and Viche, which I think are both squirrels, and they're really cute too. I think the villagers are super cute. I've never been a Splatoon girly. I've actually never played somehow, even though my friends have been trying to get me to play for years. I've never played, but I still think that the villagers are super cute, and I think this is a cool collab to include because Splatoon and Animal Crossing are often, you know, juxtaposed with each other. The teams that work on them are made up of some of the same people, so it's kind of interesting to see how they've worked Splatoon into Animal Crossing. That is another amiibo collaboration, by the way. So there will be amiibos for these 4 new villagers for Splatoon and Legend of Zelda in order to unlock not just the characters, but also the items that go along with them. So it feels kind of like the Sanrio collab, how there were characters, and then by unlocking the characters, you also got new items. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from. I did do a deep dive into the video. I was taking notes, like I said, and so I did want to point out a couple of things that I thought we might miss. The luggage in the room in the hotel around the 4-minute mark is so cute. That's a new item that's going to be super helpful. I don't know if it's like hotel coded or what. It might be, obviously. And then, like I said, the cat plushie. All the items that they were showing that were special from the souvenir shop were so cool, but I want to see the cat plushie. We've had the puppy plushie this whole time, and now we finally get a little cat, bro. And then also the fireplace that they showcase in the like elegant room. That's a new item. The fireplace is not something we already have. We do have a fireplace, but this one's new. This one's a new one. So yeah, we're getting a 3.0 update. It's coming out on January 15th of 2026. So we do, like I said, we have a few months to wait with our, you know, fingers shaking and stuff. I'm so excited for this new content. It's been so long. I've continued. You can check my channel. I've been making videos the whole time. I was just playing for love of the game at this point. So new content, crazy, unexpected. Please tell me in the comments, what are you most excited for? Did you notice anything in the trailer that I didn't mention here? And are you still playing, or does this video make you want to start playing in order to get ready for the update? How are we preparing, guys? Let's talk about it. The best thing about Animal Crossing has always been the community around it, being able to chat, theorize, even, you know, inspire other players. So I cannot wait to talk to you all about it. That's like the best part about this. I'm gonna go. I think I already need to start getting ready for this update. So I'll see you guys on the flip side. And thanks for watching. Leave a like. I'll talk to you later. Bye, princess.